Yo, RX back with another stream. This time it is Saturday night, or I guess we're point Sunday morning after some fights, which means one thing only. After party, that being to UFC 328, the really weird card that wrapped up about 45 minutes ago in that ballpark. I am tired. I don't think I have much of a voice left after that card, but gotta do this. Gotta, of course, do the recap video as well. Oh joy! I had a loaded night still, and but we're gonna, no matter what, gonna do all that shit for y'all. We're have some fun after party, after some fight. I guess immediate reaction because the card's still very fresh. And yeah, talk about everything that happened, the good, the bad, the indifferent, the crazy, the upsets, the everything. And talk about what happened. So it was a weird card. I don't think we need to really waste much time. We know what we're here to talk about. Let's get to the main topic that we're all thinking of because it just went down 45 minutes ago. Well, get the screen share up. Get this going. We're in space for some fucking reason. I don't know why we're in space, but we are. And let's talk about what we're here to talk about again. What is the number one thing on our mind of leaving 328? We have a brand new middleweight champion of the world. Sean motherfucking Strickland, man. Ooh boy, where do we begin with this talking point? Very, very interesting. Where do we begin here? He did it. The psycho fuck did it again. He shocked the world again. Is it really a shock if you've done it twice now? I'm not sure, but he's done it twice now, and we have a new middleweight champion. Crazy. I'll get to, I guess, the main question with this fight. Do I agree with the decision? No. I don't. I think Hamzat won this fight. Is it It's a robbery, but I don't think it's the worst robbery ever by any means. I don't think it's the worst middleweight robbery we've ever seen. It's debatable. It's not a great decision, that's for damn sure. And I'm not upset about it. Trust me, for numerous reasons, I'm not upset about Chimaev getting robbed here, but I don't think that's bad. Again, do I agree with it? No. I don't agree with 2, 3, and 5 Strickland, but I'm not upset about it. I do think the silver lining in all of this is that they are, they robbed Hamzat because they know he's going to light heavyweight, and they didn't want to deal with a vacant title fight that probably would have been Strickland Imavov anyway. So I think the UFC just cut their losses and said, fuck it, give Strickland the nod. And they did. And now he did it. Hamzat loses his own before in his last middleweight fight. In a fight that was not the greatest, but far from terrible. Probably one of the better Hamzat fights we've seen. And weird. Again, very weird. Like, round 1, it was a Hamzat fight, but then everything changed. Round 2, Hamzat got beat. Strickland beat him at his own game, laid on him. Simple. Round 3, it's kind of the... Round 3 and 5 are definitely the two most debatable rounds of the fight. Round 3, it feels like feels like Strickland took that round, but it was definitely very close and kind of foreshadowed what the last 10 minutes of the fight would be. And that's what the 10 and that would be Hamza kind of taking over on the feet, which is a crazy fucking statement to say, but that's what happened in round 4. He did his best work of the fight on the feet and easily took round 4, ending with a takedown, leading to what should have been a 2-2 going into round fucking 5. And I think Hamza took it, but again, was it a terrible robbery? No, but it wasn't even the worst robbery on this card. Let that sink in. But I don't know. I just really don't agree with it too much. But again, I'm not upset at it. It's not like I think Drakus and Strickland won is a way worse robbery because Strickland completely won that fight. But you know, it happens, man. You leave it in the hands of the judges. Again, you could make a case for 2-3-5 Strickland. I wouldn't, and I didn't. I said 1-4-5 Hamzat, but I like if you want to say 4-1 Hamzat is more likely than 3-2 Strickland. I don't think you're wrong. If you said you gave Hamzat the last 3 rounds, I wouldn't be upset. I would kind of get your viewpoint, but guess the judges didn't. So, D-Man Dog, good to see you, brother. So I don't know. I'm. It was a weird one. I felt like Hamza was winning the striking in a lot of portions. He was landing the bigger shots. But Strickland, those fucking little jabs that you can barely even see half the time, doing so much and helping him get the nod here, it would seem. So crazy, man. What more can you really say? Crazy. Again, is it one of the worst robberies ever? No. Again, I don't think it's the worst robbery on this card. I don't even think it's the worst middleweight robbery of all time. Bisping Silva, DDP Strickland 1. Fucking Cannoneer Strickland was the worst robbery. But it definitely just kind of, I don't know. Again, I think the UFC kind of pulled a string or two here because they know Hamza's moving up and they didn't want to deal with the headache of doing Strickland Imavov for the vacant or something else. So I don't know. I'm not too upset about it. Actually, I'm not upset about it at all. And if I picked Hamza, I would be pretty annoyed, but I picked Strickland. But again, this is definitely a case where I can say I didn't agree with it. You're biased. You only say fights you got wrong as robberies. No, I got this right, and I don't really agree with it. So I thought Hamza was gonna get the nod, Strickland, and more strikes, but not as significant controlling. That's exactly what I thought, and that's how I viewed it. But judges don't agree. Those phone lines, damn you. Why don't I have to get like a donation goal like Moss? This ain't fair, man. So I barely have a goddamn voice. I have a headache. I'm tired. It's hot. It breathed today. And it rained like a mother order. I'm tired. I gotta do this and a recap in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I already don't have a voice. Like, can I get a break? I need a fucking aspirin. So I need a fucking nap. I was rooting for Strickland anyway. Yeah, again, I can say I'm happy with the decision, but I was gonna be honest that I don't agree with it. But I'm not gonna be like, God damn it, what a robbery, what a bullshit. Da, 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 da. That's just not worth it. So panel up. Maybe tomorrow we can panel up. Yeah, the Sunday stream where no one watches. Yeah, definitely a good idea. You haven't joined the Discord yet, Steve. I don't want to hear it from you. No, I'm kidding. So I'm kidding. But also with Steve, wild cards, and what more can I say, man? This was it a good fight? For what it was, and what I guess a lot of people expect it to be, yeah, it was not bad. Is it the best Strickland fight? No. The DDP fights were better. At least the first one. The Izzy fight was better. Just the best Hamza fight? Fuck no. Burns was better. So no, but it was fine. It was fine for what it was. Add the intrigue of Strickland winning, and yeah, what more can I really say? So I don't know what more I can say as chat yells at me like always. So either y'all are not here, or I get yelled at when you are here. Great. And yeah, more, I don't know what more to say, man, unless I'm forgetting something. So I guess what's after this? Strickland and Evolve 2, I guess. Should they do that? Probably not. Does anyone want to see that? No. But, you know, I would rather see Strickland Piper because it's new, or in my opinion, Allen deserves it the most right now, especially after the Edmund win. But who knows what they do with middleweight. And for Hamzat, he's probably going to fight Yuri or Ank and then fight Alberg for the belt probably early next year whenever Alberg comes back. So I think Strickland will probably fight in like September, October, maybe even co-main in the Garden. If it is Evolve, because that is definitely like a co-main to something better. And I think Hamza will probably be back maybe December. I think that'd be kind of like time to heal up, make that change to light heavyweight, and find an opponent of Ank, Yuri, Khalil even. And because you can't give him the title shot right off the bat, light heavyweight off the loss. I don't think you would have anyway because Alberg's injured. So maybe they do an interim belt with Hamza and Ank, or Hamza and Yuri. Hamza Ank might be the worst fight ever, but Hamza and Yuri would be very interesting. And 205 Hamza's gonna be scary to do. If anything, the guy who kind of left this fight looking better is Hamza because he actually showed he can strike a little bit. He's not good at it, obviously. About the Discord. I have it. The pin the chat thing, you fucks. I knew no one read that. Nah. You still got the invite on IG, so there you go. But yeah, 205 Hum, that's gonna be fucking terrifying. And he showed some striking here. His overhand right's not bad. Kicks, he did throw more kicks. DDP3, good lord. There was no reason to do that. I forgot about Drakus because he's been in goddamn hiding for 2 years. Like, fuck. He's not even in the conversation at all. So he has to fight. He'll probably fight Piper, and Strickland will fight Evolve. So still a rematch, but that's the only thing middleweight ever is, ain't it? And then again for Chimaev, someone at light heavyweight. And again, he showed striking here. His cardio looked good. His cardio held up with Strickland. They thought they both gassed around the same point as well. I think he gassed about a round early before Strickland did. Either way, it didn't look too bad. Again, he showed heart. He did not break mentally like Izzy did in the situation. And good, fine fight. Again, I don't agree with it. I hope they didn't give out a bonus to it. Have they gave out the bonus to it yet? I wonder. I would imagine this if this got like fights a night, it would look very shaky. I'd be a little Shama versus Goat, Pierre and Hamza. Nah. Well, you never know. Maybe Shama does go to 205 again, but who knows? Amasov and Jim Miller got the bonuses. No Bobby Green. I guess you shouldn't cry for it. And they haven't given out fight of the night yet, but I think we know what's winning that. And we'll talk about that fight in a little bit. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think by this time next year, Hamza will either be booked to fight for the light heavyweight belt or will be holding the light heavyweight belt. Because I don't know who beats him. Like, truly, I don't know who can beat him at light heavyweight. He's going to be bigger. He's not going to be as drained because of the weight cut. He's probably going to miss weight on anyway. And who's going to beat him? Ankalaev? No, even though that's the most boring fight ever. Yuri? I don't think so. Alberg, he would maul, and Khalil and Paulo come the fuck on now. Are we even going to waste time with that? So it's going to be interesting. I think more than likely Paulo's going to fight Ank, it would seem, and Hamza fights Yuri, I would imagine. So then Team Hamza and Alberg 2027. So maybe like the second main event of the year when they go to Perth or whatever. And yeah, what more can I really say here? We still got the rest of the card to goddamn talk about, but of course this has to get its flowers first and foremost because it's what we're all thinking right now. And yeah, what more can I really say? So, not the greatest fight, but all right. Do I give the decision? No, I give Hamza 48-47 with round 1, 4, and 5, but whatever. I guess 3 and 5 were very debatable. And good fight. Hamza goes light heavyweight. And Strickland's the champ again. Strickland is now the second greatest middleweight of all time. And yeah, what more can I say? So I'm just wondering what else I can add. I'm just not really sure what else to add. So Strickland's, if he was a Hall of Famer before, he's a first ballot now. And who's the other two-time middleweight champs? Is he? Anderson didn't win twice, so is he the second ever two-time middleweight champion? Whitaker only won once, I think. Spider only won once. Franklin. Yeah, Strickland's also making history there. He's the second ever two-time middleweight champion. So I think maybe I'm wrong. Stat nerds can update me because I am mentally, physically, and everything else fried after this card. And yeah. And of course, if y'all got anything else you want to add to this, I'm all ears to talk about it. But I've said my piece for about 20 minutes now on this fight. We've still got 12 other fights to talk about, so let's talk about them. We'll go from top to bottom. So that is the rare time I actually start out of order with this. So, but again, I would almost look stupid if I try to talk about Clayton Carpenter over Strickland right now. So, it is what it is. And yeah. Now let's get into our regularly scheduled talking. And don't worry, none of these will probably be as long as that. I hope. Well, maybe one or two. Being with Jose Ochoa versus Clayton Carpenter. Well, I called this one of the worst fights on the card, and that turned out to be one of the better ones. Yeah, this was just domination for 15 minutes, 30-27 across the board for Jose Ochoa, beating up the just very bad Clayton Carpenter, who just had really nothing for him, couldn't get the fight down, couldn't do much on the feet, and Ochoa just pieced him up, bloodied him up early, dropped him badly. Was it round 2? I think round 1. And just domination from Ochoa, looking damn good, looking kind of like a little bit like Prates here, and like how he was striking and moving, and picking up a nice win to begin the night here. Again, decent fight, second best prelim on the card, and yeah, Ochoa's a good prospect, man. Young, 25 years old, showing he can style on these lower level bums, and yeah, what more can I really say here? So I thought this was a pretty easy pick, and I was correct. I thought Carpenter would do a little bit better. I thought Carpenter would at least take round 1 with his grappling, but he couldn't even do that. And Choa kind of just styled on him for 15 minutes, so not really much more to add on there. Easy win for Choa. Look, probably the best he has in the UFC over 15. See where he goes from here. Good prospect. And for Clayton, enjoy PSO. 3 in a row. Entered 2025. 8-0, leaving the UFC in 2026 at 8-3. That shit happens. Bye-bye. Then we had in the fight, another fight, in one of the how am I trying to word this? In the first fight on this card that went exactly as I thought it would, we had our second fight of the night in the middleweight division. First of many on this card, and somehow most of them sucked. We had Bisanger Kayev versus the Jordan Santos. Yeah, this is exactly a Kayev fight. He's gonna look god awful until he gets to finish. He was losing this fight. I've had Santos winning the first 2 rounds pretty soundly. He looked better, he was landing better shots, and Kayev just looked frustrated and stupid. Eventually, Kayev did get to fight down and walk in rear naked choke, put Jordan to sleep, and yeah, he needed to finish late and he got it. Good on him there. But yeah, Kayev's garbage. Like, we no need to pretend he isn't. He's not good. Like, you're struggling against the Jordan Santos, Eric Nolan, and Eric McConaughey. Gutierrez not good, but fuck, he wouldn't struggle against these guys. At least he struggled against Puyayev, who I would at this point pick to beat Kayev. This guy's just not good. He's only here because he's Hamzat's butt buddy, and he's just not that good. The UFC is handing him the bottom of the barrel out at middleweight, not named Cody Brundage, and he's looking like shit. Like, no one can say he looked good in his UFC career so far, struggling against Nolan, McConaughey, and Santos. Like, his best win is Eric fucking McConaughey. That should tell you everything you need to know. This guy, and what am I meant to say? This guy's not good. Until I would pick Cam Rowson and beat him, honestly. So I just don't think Kayev that good. And it's not like, oh, Russian hate. I've given this guy a chance. I hyped him up off the Contender Series, but he's just not that fucking good. Like, he was down 2 rounds to the Jordan Santos. What am I meant to say here? I'm meant to be impressed that he got a submission in the last minute when he needed it, or he was gonna lose. This guy's a joke. He's a fraud in the making, and I hope they give him a real fight someday. Please, even give him like fucking, give him Gregory Rodriguez. Oh my god, RoboCop would send this moron to a new space. Fucking give him Gutierrez, even fuck. Like, there's just shit. I don't know what I meant to say. For Santos, he overperformed here. Good on him, man. But Kayev was awful, and there's no reason to pretend he's good because he struggled against guys who are not even in the top 55 of the middleweight. So, like, if he was struggling against guys like Jung Young Park and fucking, I don't know, Abus Magomedov, Bruno Ferreira, okay, I'd be a little more understanding. He's struggling against guys who shouldn't even be in the UFC. So, like, fuck Puyayev, who Diva struggle against, would beat him. What else do I need to say? So, Kayev's awful, and I cannot wait to see this smug dipshit finally lose. It's gonna be a decision where he's like, oh, I won for sure, I dominated, and he fucking didn't at all, and he lost. I can't wait, and he's just a joke. He's a fraud in the making. What am I meant to say? So, simple. Then we had, and probably the worst fight on the card, which, that's kind of a high feat on this card. We had in our third fight of the night in the featherweight division, the second to last early prelim, and the worst, Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. Don't need to waste much time here. Did you see Mario Batista versus Jose Aldo? You did. And that was this fight, but worse. So, unlike Aldo, Gomez did not get robbed here. He clearly lost 30-27, and the fight was terrible. Gomez got hugged on the cage. Sabatini didn't do shit, and this is why Sabatini ain't fighting for a top 15 ranking, even though he deserves it. This is why he's fighting down, not getting David Onama or someone like that in top 15. So, you can only blame himself, and this fight was shit. Worst fight on the card. Simple. Then we had in the featured early prelim the best middleweight card on third, maybe. We had in the fucking featured early prelim, which was somehow the third best prelim on the card. In execution, we had Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tullio. Yeah, Marco Tullio sucks. I think that has been determined more times than not now. He was winning this fight for the first 9 minutes, and then Kopylov dropped him in round 2 twice, dropped him at beginning of round 3 twice, and then ended up getting the 29-28 win for Roman, which was the right score. And yeah, simple. Not much to say there. Kopylov was actually not the better fighter here, but 4 knockdowns is going to win you any fucking fight usually, so Tullio just can't take a fucking punch. It's that simple. He just cannot take a punch. And you see why I call him Mr. Dumont, because Norma's actually much better. So he's kind of like a better Antonio Trocoli. He's dating a female fighter on the roster who is much better than they are. So what am I really meant to say there? And yeah, good win for Roman. Good must win for him. He needed this, because if not, he would have lost 3 in a row and probably got cut. But at 35 years old, gets a win to stay above 500 in UFC as well, and now 7-5, I believe. And yeah, again, he was not the better fighter here, but he got knockdowns and that got him the win. So good on him. Tullio's garbage, and not much to say here. Pretty decent fight. Again, third best prelim on the card in my opinion. And when it was all said and done. And that was that. That was the early prelims. Just watched the first and last fight. Skip this shit. Do I need to say anything else? I'll get to the prelims, which began with the highlight of the prelims, the best moment of the prelim, the moment I really enjoyed. I don't know how you couldn't if you are a fan of this sport. We had in our prelim opener at lightweight with a legend and a hometown guy, Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. The old motherfucker does it again, doesn't he? Number 46 in UFC, fight-wise, gets him his 39th win career-wise. Good for him, man. What bad can you really say about Jim fucking Miller? He's a legend, first bout Hall of Famer. He still got it. Gordon shot in on him, catching a kick, and just like Cowboy, you don't shoot in on Jim Miller, or you end up getting put to sleep. So, and I called this one. I picked Jim. I told you I had a feeling he could do it at home, and I was part of the 21 smart percent. So, thank you. And good for Jim Miller, man. 3 more after this. I would imagine he gets 1 more in this year, probably like November, later in the year, and then the last 2 next year, maybe in like March again, and then maybe retires maybe in the Garden next year. Or like Fort Worth, he'd be at that point 44, so he wants to hit 50 fights. He only needs 3 more to do that, and I think he can easily do that. So, first bout Hall of Famer, legend in every sense of the word, and my favorite moment of the prelims, one of my favorite moments on the card in general. So awesome! How could you not love Jim Miller? And yeah, what more can really be said here? So simple. And then we go from a lightweight legend to a lightweight joke in our second fight of the prelims. Not going to waste any time here. We had Grant Boring Dawson versus Monteus Dumbass Rombetsky. Actually, this was not a Grant Dawson fight fully, but it was close. Grant cuddled him to death in round 1. Rombetsky dropped him in round 2 and could have got the finish, but instead he thought he was Khabib and were going to grapple him. Didn't work. 1-1 into the third, and then Grant cuddles him to death again eventually, and he was rear naked choke that Rombetsky quit too because he's a bitch. Grant Dawson wins, cut Rombetsky, and simple. Grant's not a fighter, he's a little bitch, coward, and Rombetsky sucks. Next. Speaking of ATT fighters who are not exciting and just know one thing, grappling, what do they fucking train down there outside of just snuggling? don't want to go to that camp because it seems like they just snuggle with each other all day. They're having their they're coming around the prelims, the fight I hyped up all week for it to be extremely not cool. We had Yaroslav Amasov versus Joel Alvarez. Amasov cuddled him to death and won. Do I need to explain more? Got the arm triangle at the beginning of round 2. Cool. At least Amasov actually does have some talent, unlike Bitch Dawson. And yeah, good one for Amasov. Got a bonus here. I think Bobby Green deserves that bonus more, but not here nor there. And yeah, I think the obvious next fight would be Amasov and Leon Edwards. That could be a main event in London or in the Apex. And or that could be a featured fight on a pay-per-view. Give him a quick, easy win there. Actually, a better fight if they could do it would be Amasov and Usman, but we already know Usman pretends he's in title talks, even though he cannot be farther away from them if he tried. And yeah, so Amasov Usman be cool. Amasov Leon is more likely, and do it. Simple. Actually, that might be a cool co-main in London because they might get something a bit better, but we'll see. Look it. And then for Joel Alvarez, Joel Alvarez is like a lot of fighters I've talked about, Nacho Bahamondes being one of them. He has all the talent in the world, but he never shows it. He has great power. He has good striking. He's a big dude, but he just doesn't show that talent. His third loss in the UFC, last one was to Arman, and this was a lot like it. He just got grapple fucked. And he's getting older. What is he now? 33, 34? 33. At this point, I think we see what Alvarez in the UFC is. He's a top 20, 25 guy in whatever division, but he can't beat the higher level guys. Like, what's his best win? Drakkar Klose? Ellis Brenner? So, sucks, but that's the case, and hopefully he gets back to beating up lower level guys. His next fight, so not much to say there. Fine win for Amasov. Dude's good. Give him Leon Edwards. And simple. The MMA has an Usyk too. He's not as good as I think even Usyk would be in MMA, but we got a really good Ukrainian fighter too. So ain't Usyk next week or whatever? Yeah, that shit's fucking stupid, but whatever. That Rico fights are just fucking dumb, but it is what it is. Good one for Amasov, and let's see him beat up Leon Edwards, because who doesn't love beating up Leon Edwards? It's pretty easy, so do it. And then finally, we ended the prelims with the most pointless fight I've ever fucking seen. A fight that literally we knew the outcome before it started, before it got booked. We had Adiba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. I know I'm going to shock you. Gautier beat him. Round 1, he looked like shit. Shocker. But round 2, he landed a nice overhand. Ozzy went down. Should have been stopped there, but I think that might be a running theme tonight with stoppages. And yeah, Gautier got the knockout win. It was over anyway. He was going to win no matter what. But fight probably should have went a little bit longer. Shit happens, I guess. And yeah, lock of the night. W 13-2 on locks now this year. Thanks, Mirtha Konov. And I don't even remember who the other one was who lost. And Rafael Filho, that dumb fuck. And yeah, Gautier has shown nothing. The Puliayev fight is still very important to look at for how good he actually is. And like I said, with Rouston and Surkayev, until he fights a top 55 guy, I don't care. These fights are meaningless. Please give him somebody, even if it's Jacob Malkoun or goddamn Andre Petrosky. Give him somebody who can fight him a little bit. There's no point to these fights. He's calling for higher level guys, but instead they're going to have Surkayev and Adiba fight, Cody Brundage and Cedricus Dumas. Who cares about that shit? And the UFC does this with every guy they hype up, and that's why they all suck. Because they're not actually good. They just stat pad versus shit fighters, and then when they actually fight anyone good, they get exposed. So that's gonna happen with not Francis Ngannou because you ain't Francis Ngannou. And what am I meant to say? Till this dude fights anyone good, I I just don't. He's better than Super Sakaev. I'll say that with every sense of fucking confidence, but he's just shown nothing outside of being better than a guy who's actually an awful fighter. And I don't know what to say. So good job. You beat one of the worst fighters on the roster, and it was an early stoppage anyway. Congratulations. What else am I meant to say there? I'm not gonna say anything else. So yeah, these prelims kind of sucked. Jim Miller was cool. After that, if he would have turned it off, I would have been fine. This annoyed me. This was okay and bearable, and this was dog shit, waste of time. So whatever. Was the main card better? Let's find out. Beginning the main card with the Unk battle, no one wanted, but we got for some reason, and it was just as underwhelming and whatever as expected. We had King Green versus Jeremy Stevens open the main card. And it was exactly what we all thought it would be. Green easily beat him until he either got to 30-27 or finished him. In this case, he finished him with a submission, which is rare. He's only got 2 other submissions in his UFC career outside of this. And but he beat him pretty soundly. Did nothing for Bobby Green because of a nothing fight. And excuse me. And I have no voice at this point. And Stevens sucks. The dude has not won a legit fight since 2018. It's not 2006 anymore. No one wants to see Jeremy Stevens, a guy whose career is built on Conor making fun of him and losing every fight. The only clips I've ever seen of Jeremy Stevens is him losing. So he's fucking terrible. Next. And cool win for King Green. Didn't get a bonus, which probably should have. And not much else to say there. Then we had in the piss break of the main card, which I fucking told y'all was piss break of the main card. Look who was not weekend. Was the piss break of the main card. Sean Brady versus Yao Quinn Buckley. I'm so shocked Buckley's a creator got grapple fucked again because he's fucking garbage. It was the Usman fight, but 2 rounds shorter. I need to explain more. How shit is Usman? God, does his win look terrible in hindsight? Brady's a boring can who will never get a big fight because he doesn't deserve it. And Buckley is garbage. Next. Then we got to some bullshit on this card. We had to get a robbery on this card, and this was that. As we had another featured bout of the main card in the heavyweight division. No, this was definitely not Hoken and Blades. There was definitely some bullshit in there. And we had in our third fight of the main card and a robbery of the night. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Yeah, this was bullshit. Waldo definitely won this fight. Not like it was even some dominant, clear, no-brainer, but it definitely feels like he won this fight. He won the first and third. All Volkov did was run away, to be honest. He landed a few good shots, mainly in round 2. In round 1 and 3, he just ran away, and I don't think Volkov won this fight at all. You're going to say, oh, you're biased. No, I'm honest, which actually pisses people off more than if I was biased, because at least when I'm honest, what am I meant to say? So, Waldo got fucked here. So, could he have thrown more? Yeah, but he still won this fight. He's more aggressive, and he wasn't running away the whole fight, and it's some bullshit. So, now Volkov has one of the weirdest 3-fight streaks I've ever seen. He got robbed against Gane. I hate to say it, let's be honest, he robbed Jayon Almeida, and he robbed Waldo here. That's the Volkov way, baby. I guess it fucking is. And am I happy for Volkov? To an extent, because now he hopefully will get that title shot he's earned. But in the same breath, I still think Waldo got completely robbed here. And not like the fight was great anyway. Definitely was a pretty whatever fight. Again, not even close to Hokit Blades low. Not even 10% of what that fight was. And add on a robbery that was not great. Not the worst of the year by any means, but was definitely hard to fucking agree with. And yeah, just not terrible, not great. Feel bad for Waldo since he got shafted here, and for Volkov, he did not win this fight, so that's heavyweight, not the Volkov. He's either going to win by robbery or lose by robbery lately, and we'll see him fight Pierre more than likely next for the belt. So he's going to get fucking murked by Pierre if he fights like he did here. And what am I meant to say? So simple. And then we got the title time on this card, beginning with the co-main event of the evening in the flyweight division for the flyweight championship of the world. The fight I called the greatest flyweight title fight of all time, and I was probably right in more ways than one. And stupid people really say, "I want Cantoja back." Be serious. Anyway, on our co-main event of the evening for the undisputed UFC flyweight championship of the world, the clear fight of the night, I would imagine, has got that bonus by now. We had Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. What a fucking fight here. What a fucking tale of like 3 different fights. Fucking round 1, Taira did his thing and held him down. Round 2, Van almost finished him at the fucking end of the round. Round 3, Van beat the shit out of him. Yeah, I got fight of the night. Shocker. Round 3, Van beat him up 10-8 round. Round 4, Taira came back and won. So like every round something was different. And then round 5, Van hurt him on the cage. He did back away and run away a bit. Did get knocked to his knees, and ref called it. I don't agree with it. Do I think it was a bad stop? Do I think it was an awful stoppage? I mean, not awful, but I don't agree with it. I think the Adiba Gutierrez stoppage was worse, but this was not good. Obviously, I think Taira could have continued. Was he going to lose anyway? More than likely, with how this round was looking like it was going to play out. Plus, with that 10-8, I don't know if he could have won anyway. So, might have been a draw. So, but a good thing, was he probably going to lose anyway? Maybe. And was he really fucked up? Yeah. So, it's not the worst stoppage on the card, not the worst stoppage I've ever seen, but it definitely should have continued a little bit longer. And, yeah. It's bullshit, and it sucks that Van has to win like this, but that's life, ain't it? And still, as not this fight didn't go as neither of these title fights as I predicted. Just the winner was correct. Yeah, Van looked good. He couldn't really stop a takedown for some of this fight. He's really tiny. Like either he's really tiny or Taira really needs to be a bantamweight because Van was too small to stop takedowns at times in this fight. And it almost cost him, but he was able to not take much damage on the ground, not get submitted and get up at most times. And yeah, he showed how good he is, man. His striking is some of the best in UFC. He has great power, great cardio. Dude's great. He's a champion for a reason. People still don't want to give him any respect for whatever reason. And now he waits for the winner of Cop Kyoji because what else are you going to do? So Van versus Kyoji is maybe the hardest fight and I've ever had to predict in that division. And Van Cop would be a goddamn banger. So either way, we get a great fight. And yeah, within a month we figure out who Van's fighting. So and that'll probably happen pretty quickly. I wouldn't imagine it takes too long to do that fight. Maybe like August, September, October. And yeah, and still, man, for Tatsuro, he's still going to be a champion more than likely. The dude's too good not to be. He just still needs to get his striking up a bit. he's so talented. His cardio's alright, his durability is great, his grappling's great. He just needs to get a bit better striking. And I think Tatsuro Taira will be a champion sooner than later. 26 years old. Great. He's gonna probably win the belt someday. And sucks for Japan now. 0-7-1 in title fights, but what can you say? Like, 3 of them are at fucking flyweight, and 2 of them were against Van and DJ. The other one, you sent Kai Asakura in there. What do you expect? So Tatsuro will bounce back. He'll probably be in another title fight within a year or so. He's just that fucking good. This fight might be ran back before we know it, and I would have no issue with that. But for right now, Van moves on to the winner, Cop Kyoji, and Taira moves on to probably maybe like Steve Ursig, some silly shit like that. Or maybe the loser, Cop Kyoji. I could see that happening. So, great fight of the night, deservedly. And I said it was the best flyweight title fight of all time on paper and execution. It might have been. And, yeah, can Van finally get his goddamn flowers? He's a great fighter. And, yeah, Van's great. Taira's great. This fight was great. Stoppage wasn't, but whatever. It wasn't the worst. And I get it a tiny bit. And didn't ruin the fight by any means. Fun fight. What more can you say? Flyweight looks respectable again after many years of being the laughing stock of the men's divisions. That's good to see. So, what more can you say? And then, obviously, the main event, which I talked about at the beginning of the stream. I'll just kind of go over my points one more time real quick. Was the main event of Strickland Chimaev. I don't agree with the decision, but I guess I could see the point for 2-3-5 Strickland. Wasn't a great fight, but it was alright. Heavyweight, they don't want a vacant title bullshit, so they kind of just said, fuck it. Hamzat's going to go dominate at light heavyweight. He showed some alright striking that he can really improve on. Strickland is fucking just great. He didn't look great here. He could have fought better, but we know how talented he can be. Great second greatest middleweight of all time. First ballot Hall of Famer. Did the thing again. The upset. And now he fights, I don't know, Allen, hopefully. Imavov was a waste of time. Pfeiffer doesn't deserve it. DDP, what the fuck is the point of that? And yeah, one more. DDP hasn't even earned it. He needs to earn the title shot, knowing the UFC will give Izzy the goddamn fight with Strickland. And can Strickland get on the White House card? That'd be nice. And yeah, not really much to say there. So, was it a robbery? Kind of. Was it terrible? Not really. And yeah, not much to say there. Because I've already talked about that fight for like 20 minutes earlier. So there you go. And there you go. I am so gassed and so fucking tired and so fucking warm. Today will be next, unfortunately. I don't think it will be, to be honest. Smooth like butter. How it goes with seeing new people in chat. Hope you are doing good on this fine after party after some fights. And welcome. But no, I don't think DDP. There's no reason for it. Like DDP. So yeah, you could do the trilogy because they're 1-1, but no one wants that. Like, it's bad enough to get Strickland and Imavov, but that makes more fucking sense. My vote's for Brendan Allen because I think he deserves it the most, but and he's the best fighter out of Pfeiffer, DDP, and Imavov. But that's what it is, I guess. Unless they feed Strickland to Imavov. I think you got that a bit backwards, but people thought he was getting fed to Hamzat. He would easily beat Imavov again. That's probably even easier than the first time because Imavov's just shit. And unless they throw Kaio in there for the belt for no reason. So what can you really like? This was what I was dreading with this fight, is the outcome, because they don't really have a lot of good outcomes here. So now you got Strickland as champ to fight who? Like, if you really run down the list, you got DDP, which no one wants to see, Imavov, no one wants to see, Allen, most people probably don't want to see, but that's probably, my opinion, the best fight. Still an easy Strickland win, but Allen's always entertaining and good. Pfeiffer, no. Kyle, no. Like, then what? Fucking Izzy, knowing the UFC, maybe. CLD, a guy who's beaten no one good. Fucking what goddamn Islam Kamaru. So this is the one downside of A, Hamzat leaving, and B, Strickland winning, or either guy. No matter who won what, even if Hamzat won and was staying at middleweight, none of those fights are interesting for Hamzat either. Because none of those guys give Hamzat a fight, and none of those guys give Strickland a fight. Strickland's better than all those guys. He's beat 3 of them already, and Drake is Allen and Imavov. He would easily beat Kaio and Pfeiffer. So unless I'm badly forgetting someone, he already beat Fluffy. That guy's irrelevant now. So it's like, what? If this is the downside, you kind of just got really slim pickings for what's next. Like, most people don't even. If they announce Strickland involved, most people are gonna be like, "Who? I know Sean Strickland. Who the fuck's the other guy?" So that's not even main event worthy. Like, that'd be the first time Strickland ain't main eventing, because no one wants to see Nasruddin Imavov. He's nobody. So that would be a cool co-main. Again, I think that and like the Garden co-maining Ilya Islam, knock on wood. That'd be sweet, but who knows if that actually happens. And yeah. So again, our options are either Strickland Imavov, 2. They would go the same as the first. Strickland Drake is 3. Gross. Strickland Allen 2, which most people only know they fought the first time. Strickland Pfeiffer, the build, that would probably be the best build up, but Pfeiffer's awful. And Pfeiffer Kaio. That I could not care about a fight less if I tried. Like, just think, like, really think about all those fights. Which one of those are gonna catch your eye? Because in my opinion, none of them. Fucking, I'm not intrigued by a single one of them, and one of them's gonna happen next. So for Hamzat actually has much better fights ahead of him, because he's on the light heavyweight. He's either in fight Khalil, Yuri, or Ink. All of those are really good fights, and I really want to see him. I don't care that Strickland beat up a bunch of guys he's better than or already beat. So, like, I don't know what to really say here. So, I think someone, but who? His middleweight is a shitty fucking division, and now Strickland is the king of it. And all those wins can be discredited, so this one can't. Well, I guess the robbery, but all those wins will be discredited so easily. Imavov, everyone will say he sucks, and he already beat him, which is true. DDP, he sucks. Simple, he already beat him. Allen, again, fucking Kyle is a fraud, and fucking Joe Pfeiffer is a fraud. So none of those wins would do anything for Sean. None of those fights do good numbers unless it's combing to something better. And what am I really meant to say here? So let's just call a spade a spade. If Hamzat was fighting Imavov here, Hamzat Chimaev would still be the middleweight champion, because he would have won in about 2 minutes flat. So I don't know what more I can really say here. And I guess we're getting Strickland Imavov to the pointless boogaloo. So Can is the man. Van is Van. Ooh, Chrome. You were definitely one of the first things I thought of after this fight. Your boy lost. I fucking told you Strickland can do it. You don't listen. Van is the man, though. Joshua Van's amazing. So I know you're a salty camper tonight, Chrome, because you're boy. They were both gassed after 2 rounds. Hamza, I think Strickland gassed in round 3, like the middle of it, so or like right at the beginning of it. So they were both gassed by the end of round 3. So it was not a great fight. And I'll play devil's advocate. I scored it for Hamza. I think he won in a bit of a robbery, but I think we all know why they robbed Hamza because they didn't want a vacant belt. So he's gonna go to light heavyweight. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Hamza loses though, goes to light heavyweight to go win the belt there because he's obviously going to. So I'd be more than with Paragon, he's going to easily take the belt at light heavyweight. Who's going to Ankalaev, Khalil, Paulo, Alberg, Geary, man, maybe. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. How about not show up to a 40-pound throw? Yeah, he completely missed weight, but he's always missed weight. He's gonna miss weight at light heavyweight for some goddamn reason. So he's lazy and stupid, and he paid the price here. So we'll see how light heavyweight goes for him if he can actually fucking make weight for it. And yeah, what more can I really say there? So. What are you doing Monday? Work during the day and stream at night. I'm not doing anything Monday. No stream on Monday for me. Y'all motherfuckers should know my schedule by now. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for now, unless something changes, which is not likely. So he's only had one weight miss issue. Well, let's be again. He missed. Well, yeah, he missed for this fight. Let's be honest. He did not make weight at all. And that Nate fight was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever fucking seen a fighter do. So, what does that tell you? So, that's hopefully light heavyweight he can make and be fine, but we'll see what happens. So, Diaz card was his only weight issue I can recall. Yeah, and then obviously this week because he completely missed weight. So I don't even think by much. I don't think it was as bad as the Diaz, but he definitely missed at like 188, 189 or some shit. So it was like how rigged that fucking scale reading was. We know he missed here. But yeah, he's been fine on making it with Whitaker and DDP. He made it fine. Just couldn't make it here, and he lost here as well. So I guess a double whammy there. So what more can you really say? Somehow Jeremy Stevens was the one official weight miss on this card, a guy who's been fighting since 1955. So a little shocked he didn't miss weight, but you know, what do you expect? And yeah, I don't know what more to say. I already talked about the whole card. It was not bad. It was not great either. Sadly, this card did kind of turn out being more what I thought the floor of this card was than the ceiling. Like I said, I thought the ceiling of this card was like an 8 or 9 great, and the floor was kind of what we got here. To grade this card, not rate this card, that's in the recap tomorrow, but to grade it, I'll give it a... I'll give it a C+. I feel like that's... of a C+ could be a B-, but I'd really need some convincing for that. I'll say C+. So, you know, Mr. Oberlin confident he started a fight backstage for that press conference with Hamza, which fucked the whole. Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, that was weird. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever fucking seen happen. Like, yeah. So, and John McDuffie, yeah, the guy who Lando Venata knocked out. That's the first. I'm not trying to be a dick. That's what I remember. And he is trying to book more interviews. He probably do one with you if that interests you. It could interest me. It won't interest them when they see a 200 view channel. Fucking ask them for an interview. So, you know, I wish 200 view, 200 subs. So it would interest me, but not them. So yeah, I told him it's 8 out of 10 card. I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't say 8 out of 10. I haven't given a rating yet, but definitely I'm a few numbers lower than 8. Again, C plus, whatever that calculates out to at 8 and 8. His 327 was much better. From what I remember, and I'll look back, 327 was better. Josh Hoke were fighting in the crowd during the fight. I did hear about that. That's fucking hilarious. Dude, Hoke is fucking insane. He's the new Strickland in terms of he's just gonna find a way to fight with every fucking buddy. So good good luck, Hoke. You're gonna piss off the wrong guy eventually. And it's gonna end bad. If he's lucky, Derek Lewis doesn't give a shit what he says. You don't want to piss off D-Lou. So, you know. If you know, you know. And, yeah, what more can I say there? I'll keep yapping for a bit. Again, if you're wondering, I already went over the whole card, so whatever you want to talk about, let me know. Again, since we have somehow 8 people here, I'll just, again, abbreviated version. What I said before. Joe was good, a good fight. Susakayev sucks. This was the worst fight on the card with Sabatini. This was alright. Tulio's awful. Dumont's actually the better fighter of that couple. Jim Miller's awesome. Grant Dawson's a bitch. Mossov's good. Feed him Leon Edwards. Gutierrez sucks, and that was an early stoppage. King Green, shocker, you beat a guy whose career highlights are losing and Conor McGregor. Piss break, robbery, great fight, debatable stoppage, and debatable decision. Okay fight. There you go. There you go. That's how my recaps should be. It'd make my life much easier. Costa and Hoke got into it during the card and push it to me. Yeah. It was alright. I give it a 5 out of 10. I think you're a lot more accurate with that score because of how hyped the main was supposed to be. We both fought like a girl, if I'm being honest. I agree. Did OKC win today? I didn't see the ending score. I would imagine they did. But yeah, 5 out of 10. I think that's closer to what I would rate it. And yeah, it was a really weird sparring session in that main event. So, Sean didn't save nothing. Well, he saved the UFC from having a vacant title, even though he still lost the fight. Maybe more like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's closer to how I would view it. So it wasn't awful, but it just was. Again, I really think this card was closer to what I thought the floor of it would be. I thought like the floor of this card is what happened here. Kind of, it was just okay. It was really okay, and it could have been better. I really think it just could have been better, and sadly it wasn't. So, Sean, that wasn't a bad fight. I don't think it was a bad fight, but I think it was a fight. It was not the best fight of either guy's career, that's for sure. But it was alright. I have no complete issue with it. He won, but it may have been the most boring fight that he won. Strickland, that Costa fight still happened. So, that Costa fight and fucking, I'll see that Imavov fight. Strickland definitely had a few boring ones, but I think this was probably a little bit above those. But I still think the Izzy fight was better. The DDP fight was better. The one that he won, and whatever else. So, that's what it is, I guess. And they jabbed each other for 3 of the 5 rounds. Well, Hamzat overhanded him, and Strickland jabbed him up. So that was the last 3 rounds of the fight, and it was perfectly okay. So it was not great. Obviously, Van and Taira got fight of the night because no shit. And yeah, what more can you really say there? So as opposed to what fight where Sean didn't jab. Yeah, that's true. Sean was on autopilot after round 2, and Hamzat just isn't a good striker. So, what can you really say overall there? So, not really much to expand on there. And, yeah. So, not really much to body shots or any teep kicks from Sean. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there. That was a bit fucking. He would actually probably would have won pretty soundly if he would have done that shit. But Strickland has never been known to be what we call smart. So, damn, OKC blew the Lakers out. How many free throws? Let's be honest. 7 free throws, not bad. This wasn't the only fighting we saw today. Hopefully, I don't know if anyone watched Dubois and Wardley. I tried, I couldn't. Yeah, Daniel Dubois actually won a fight without quitting. I'm shocked. And I didn't watch Backlash. It just the card looked that fucking terrible, so I'll pass on watching that garbage. So I wanted more body shots from Sean. That's true. I 100% agree. I completely agree. Especially when he showed he could get up pretty easily from Hamzat. He shouldn't have been so worried to go to the ground. But that's Sean Strickland for you. That was Sean Strickland for you. What more can you really say? So, I'm actually getting more of a headache as I talk. God damn it, I still gotta do a recap. Breaking LeBron is still old, but we'll pretend he isn't after LA gets swept. Don't worry, Cleveland will take him next year and he will retire a champion. So we'll be good. Well, if those motherfuckers would stop flopping on the other side of the court, goddamn. So, fucking 28 free throws. So, and Cavs at least did one today. So, they come out aggressive. Did come out aggressive that. Like he did. He looked off from start. No, he looked good in round 1. He looked like Hamza in round 1, but he just couldn't really do shit to Sean. And if he would have got a 10-8 in round 1, we would have had a draw. But he didn't get a 10-8 because he didn't do anything. He just held him down. So kind of on Hamza there. I can only blame himself for that. So pretty one note there. So Hamza was not. Hamza thought he was gonna run over him like he did everyone else, and then that didn't happen. So, and they had to kiss and make up at the end of the fight, which I still don't understand what happened there. And it's turning into the Heat and flopping like a motherfucker every postseason. Yeah, that Chet one game 2 was bad, and a few others. Someone said it the best. They don't even need to do that shit. They could win so easily without doing that. Like, they are so good, they don't even need to do that. So, I don't get it. He got the takedown, but he was not aggressive at all with shit. Like, he was trying to get a submission, and he was just pulling him around. He didn't punch him once. And maybe he was a little bit thrown off that Strickland was defending as well as he was. So we'll be pissed at himself watching this back, but with a good weight cut, he probably beats Sean. Maybe, but I don't think Hamzat's too. He's probably a little upset because he lost to O. But either way, by this time next year, he's probably going to be like heavyweight champion. So I don't think he's too upset. And he'll be back. He'll get a belt pretty damn. He'll probably get a belt before Strickland loses his. So whatever that tell me. He tried to squeeze his head off. He did none of that. He couldn't really get a good enough shot at doing so. The closest he got was a little neck crank, and that didn't do shit. He couldn't get under his neck or on his chin strong enough. Plus, Whitaker has no grappling. Strickland clearly does. So you're comparing Strickland's grappling to Whitaker's, and one's actually a good grappler-ish, and one is a 90-year-old Robert Whitaker. So you know, again, Hamza looked dominant around when he dragged him around the cage and kept him there, but, by defending, he was just moving around. That was more than most guys. That's more than Drakus could do. He was defending the body triangle a tiny bit, and he just avoided. Like, Hamza could have got 10-8 so easily if he would have just ground and pounded for like 30 seconds. But he couldn't. He had enough money to buy many goats still. Hamza's happy enough, and he's going to get another boat to go with him when he wins the light heavyweight boat, because, like I said, I don't see anyone beating him there. Ank and Hamzat's the most boring fight ever, but it's an easy one for Hamzat. He would rip Cleo, Paulo, and Alberg in half, and Yuri he'd probably beat. So, he took Sean down 6 times for like a minute and a half of control time. So it wasn't really anything. He couldn't keep him down at all. And DDP's terrible. And that was the fight that DDP lost. What does that tell you? Second fight, he just learned, let me just strike, and that was a really off night, Strickland. So he was tired from the start. He had no energy to do anything once he got him to the ground. Maybe, I don't know, well, maybe don't run to the cage full sprint. How did DC do that and not gas a guy who's fatter? Why does Hamzat do that? That seems really stupid for a guy with shit cardio, but at 170 blows my mind thinking about that really happened. Not really. For like 4 fights it did. But now he's at light heavyweight. Rumble fought at 170. Well, he never made 170, but he did pretend he fought at 170. So, he never made it, but he did fight guys who were welterweight, and it was not even close to being fair. That was the original weight bully. Just he couldn't make weight for it. So, it'd be like Ngannou fighting at middleweight and saying, what the fuck? There's nothing we can actually fucking do to this guy. What can you really say then? So, speaking of things to say, the last thing I have, gigantic headache, getting more and more shocked by the moment. Let's look at Goat Milk, shall we? Where do you finish this week, Chrome? The winner this week was Jet Huro from Iowa. Good on him. Congrats to him getting his first ever win. Outside of that, Ed Boy third. Ed Boy was winning for like a lot of the night. If they didn't rob Waldo Cortez Acosta, I might have finished like top 10, but shit happens, I guess. Vast finished 15th. Good on our boy. On our NFL fantasy, I don't weigh 205. Dickhead. I think I finished 20th here. Yes, I tied with a few people. Yeah. Did I pass you, Chrome, or did you not do as good as I thought? Well, you did pick Hamzat, so that probably hurt you. 33rd. So no, you don't do Gold Milk, do you, Steve? So, Smokey 30th, who's apparently not liked by a lot of y'all anymore. Had the vampire when he almost got to 3rd. In the finish in the 3rd, yeah. Kind of like Prates last week, got shafted a bit. Waldo was a disappointment. It was, but he still won that fight. Volkov did not win that fight at all from running away for 10 minutes. Tone was 29th. 7 right. Ooh. So you got finish 38th So again, you got 7 right, so that would have been, what, Van? I guess you picked Volkov. Did you pick Brady? Or I feel like you would have picked Buckley. No, you don't like Buckley. Yeah, you picked Brady, Bobby Green, I would imagine. Deba, Susurkayev, so I think that's what's mostly Van, Volkov, Brady, Green, Deba, Susurkayev, that's 6. So what was the other one you got right? Amasov, I believe? No, you picked Rand Dawson too, I know, Lutte. So you picked, who did you pick against on the main card, Brady or King Green? So unless you picked Waldo, which I would imagine you didn't. So I probably could look, but who cares? It fucks up, I'll deal with it. You didn't finish too. Shit happens. I will not be a great card for a lot of people. So, that's life, I guess. Let's see, Chrome. Oh, Tulio. I picked Green and Buckley. You picked. I thought you didn't like Buckley. Oh, you picked Waldo. Oh, that's surprising. So I was saying in the 3rd round, if it was a 5-round, Waldo would have definitely won by KO. Probably. Yeah, probably. I would probably tend to agree. So, even though I think he won anyway, though, that tell you. Oh yeah, Tulio fucked you. Welcome to the club. Oh yeah, you picked Jared Gordon. Yeah, most people did. Oh, you picked Joe. I thought you picked Amasov. I don't remember your. I know I looked at your picks when the card started. Oh, clearly, Buckley, Waldo, Hamzat. Yeah, I'm glad you most shocked by Buck. I thought you didn't like Buckley and you've called him trash before. So I'm a little shocked you would pick him. But yeah, rest. I don't really blame you for any of these. And yeah, you should have got this right because he won that fight. So what does that tell you? But yeah, Buckley the creator. Is Moss still fucking saying he's gonna be champion? I forgot Jimmo even fought. Yeah, he was my favorite prelim, to be honest. I picked him. On this card, I picked a guy who was, what was Jim Miller here, 23% picked or some shit. Like, Strickland was like 15%, Van was like 26. Like, so, Mossov, Beast. He's not bad. Let him beat up Leon Edwards next. I think that makes a lot of sense next for Yaroslav Mossov. So, Buckley and Leon Scott next. Nah, Mossov can fight Leon. Buckley can go fight whoever's in PFL because he is hot garbage. So sorry, Buckley the creator, but yeah, he's awful. All this fight showed is how shit is Kamaru Usman is still really washed. Because Buckley's just awful. Again, is Moss still saying he's gonna be champion? I would fucking imagine. So yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know. And that weird line movement today where like, oh, Brady fucking is gonna throw the fight. No, there's a lot of money coming in on Buckley the creator at the last minute. So what can I really say there? And yeah. Thank God Brady Buckley was not that Apex main. Worst fight ever. So Big Mouse should be Colby. How we can Buckley Brady won against the mob. Yeah, that might not end well for him, to be honest. Fucking, we can really look back on that Buckley winning streak and say what the truth of it was. He was beating old tomato cans. Colby ain't good anymore. Luke sucks. Sultan Ruziboyev is not good in general. And who's his other win? Wonder Boy in 2024 when he's 90. Spade didn't say Buckley was beating shitty fighters because he was. He's the same can he was at middleweight. Fifth or 5 right 59th. I'm always shocked to see Moss do that because he is really smart, being sarcastic. Oh, Jess did picks this week at 47s. Hell yeah. D-Rust 47s as well. D-Man, you do. Do you forget picks again, D-Man? Or did I pass you? Usman Big Brothered him. Yeah, that tonight really made that Usman shittier in hindsight. So, you know, that really made that one not look as good. So, brother him also. Again, Buckley just sucks. I don't know what to say, man. So people really bet him to be champion. That was a real bet. They were like, oh, by the end of the year, it's like, the dude's not good. Even if he would have beat Usman, he would have been exposed by Prates or... Do imagine Buckley versus Prates or Morales. He was fucking eyebrows. Like, Jesus Christ, man. You're too late to put picks on. Yeah, don't blame you. I don't know why Moss hates Van. He's one of the most exciting fighters in UFC. Because he beat Cody Durden. That's probably why. So, he hates Van, but loves Joaquin Buckley. Well, does he still love after he lost that bet? Being champ by the end of 20 whatever. Yeah, hating Van, but most people hate Van right now because he's a paper champion, even though he beat Pantoja, he beat Taira. What's he meant to do? So I don't fucking know, man. Whatever. Again, though, he's also a Conor McGregor fan, so not that sanction. So what does that really tell you at the end of the day? God, we need DC off the broadcast. Them so bad in this card. He also made up the fact Taylor beat Kai Car for the weigh-in show. Yeah, DC is pretty fucking dumb. DC can be really smart at times, but he also just says stupid shit. So, you know, he says he doesn't think Van is exciting to watch. If you don't think Van Taylor was a good fight tonight, you're a fucking idiot. Like, it was the fight. He's a smaller Max Holloway. No, I think he's a smaller Piotr Jan to an extent. Like, not as good of a grappler, but like a more younger Piotr Jan. I've like for a few years I've said Van's a lot like Piotr Jan. The size of Piotr, what does that tell you? The size of the night, Van it does like either Moss is just being a fucking troll at this point, which is usually what he's doing, or he really just hates Van for no reason because he beat shitty Cody Durden. So I would imagine he picked Clayton Carpenter today also because fucking Ochoa beat Durden. So he loves him some Cody Durden. So good on him, I guess. So, and actually Van has more powers than Holloway ever will. What does that tell you? At the end of the day. So I gotta start winding this shit down. It's almost 3 a.m. and I gotta do a goddamn recap for this. It's all boxing with him, Jan throws kicks and stuff. That's true. But like I think more like the comparison more with Jan is that he's a slow starter. He kind of takes round 1 off and then wakes up in 2 and whatever. So, but yeah, your point's right to an extent. So, Van's good, man. Van's so good. And I can't wait to see him fight Cop or Kyoji. Him and Kyoji is just going to be pure, probably words I can't even fucking say. And him and Cop would be a banger. So, can't wait for either. Cody Durden. Actually, I'm going to pick Durden against O'Day Osborne at IFW. Which, by the way, why did we not get IFW news tonight? This shit's like 2 months away. Give us the fucking news already, asshole. So, fucking come on now. When is IFW? July 16th or some shit? July 9th? Like, we're maybe under 2 months away from that card. We might want to know what the fuck's on it. We know Batista Sanhagen and Patty BSD. Can we get our main and co, please? You fuck. But we gotta put Chris Weidman in the Hall of Fame, guy who's done nothing to be in the Hall of Fame. So, you know. I'll tell you. A guy whose whole career is built off a fluke. So, and he would have lost that rematch to Anderson if Anderson didn't break his leg. So Van needs to dance to look good. So did he not look good tonight against a Taira who was more than a good dance partner? Did he not look good against Roy Wolf, who was a more than great dance partner? The fucking Edgar Shirez fight was amazing. Energy beat him. Yeah, the energy is really fucking good. Well, was. Now he kind of sucks. Like, I'm not sure what the fuck his point is here. I really don't. So, yeah, whatever reason you don't like Van, that's up to him, man. I don't like fighters. I hate William Gomez. He lost. I hate Grant Dawson. I think that reason's pretty self-explanatory. He's a bitch. So I hate Brady and Buckley. I think they're both terrible. I don't like Hamzat too much, but I know how good he is. Jeremy Stevens is annoying at this point. Get out of the UFC. Who else do I not like? I'm not a big Kopylov guy. I think Cholio sucks. Plus, he's with Norm Dumont, so it's easier to hate him. Susakai is a fucking clown. I hate him. Yeah, I hate a lot of people on this card. He said the only reason he looked good tonight because he had a good dance partner. Entirely, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That statement doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. But Moss has always been a great troll. So again, I will continue to say if I can be 1% of the YouTuber of Moss, I'd be fucking happy. And I've not succeeded in being that. So he's great, but he's also a complete fucking troll at times with the shit he says. That you know he doesn't believe half the shit he says, but he's good at making. Again, that statement right there got me thinking, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Moss is a genius, man. I think he's really MMA smart. I think he knows his shit better than he wants to lead on. But he has to be a troll to get views and shit and get people talking. So it's smart. It's fucking genius. So I don't know what to say. It's fucking genius. I wish I did that, but I just whatever I say I believe. Everything I say I fucking believe. I won't do clickbait. I won't make up a fucking thing I don't believe. So maybe that's why anyone watches. They don't want to hear someone be honest. They want to hear me say fucking Van's terrible and Brady was a great fight. He's been saying this about Van. He also said he would rather watch Pantoja fights than Van. Yeah, he's trolling. No one on earth actually believes fucking Pantoja is better or more entertaining. So I don't know what to fuck. Again, it's great trolling. What can you say? Like I read that and I almost got annoyed there. I was like, what the fuck? That's stupid. If you aren't going to host during RxCon, yeah. Well, you wouldn't have to start out much because no one would come. It'd be like 6 people. So, it wouldn't be great. It would. So, no shock. Yeah, I guess so. Are you going, Steve? I'm gonna go 6 more fucking minutes and I'm going to bed. And I wish I'm gonna record the recap, which I don't fucking want to, but whatever. Did nothing but get taken around the ground. Van was 1 landing shots. Yeah, that's true. If Taylor still had it 2-2 going into the 5th, but that 10-8 in round 3 made it a little more interesting. And it was a great. I'm not going to say anything bad about Tatsuro. That man took some crazy damage. He should have been able to go to the decision. I think that stoppage was a bit stupid. And yeah, all respect to Tatsuro. I mean, how he survived that knockdown in round 2 and round 3. Respect him. Dude's great. What more can I say? So I'm not going to shoot on Taira. If we got a rematch, I can't wait for it. And I do think Taira is going to be a champion someday. He has that fucking talent. So he could have been champ today, man. He looked good at times, but this wasn't his night. Van that motherfucker. And what more can I say? So Ah, god damn it, pay-per-views. Do you have to go so late? Because I love to talk, motherfucking. How am I getting better views at 3 a.m. than I get when I go live at like 8 yesterday? Damn it. Fuckers. I love you all. Either way, man. I truly do. I only gave Tiger round 1. No, he usually won round 4. Like, I don't remember round 4 perfectly, but Tiger definitely won it. Hey, it was another round where he kind of just laid on Van, from what I remember. So he got like 3 takedowns or whatever. So, but I guess in the end he got finished either way. So, even though it's a bullshit stoppage, he got finished either way. Either way it is, I guess. It is what it is, I guess. And, yeah. Now we gotta pivot this card into UFC Vegas 117 next week. Allen and Melky Zio. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one tomorrow. That's gonna be a bucket of fucking puppies to talk about. So fun, can't wait. And what a fucking downer that's gonna be. And then we get a break week. So, ugh. But yeah, this card. I saw this card about the last 2 fights. Right, and yeah, no, it was not a bad card, and you're going to get finished here. 20 minutes left, if not more. I think 1-2 left in the finished at 132 into the round, so he had 3.5 minutes. I think he would have won decision more quickly, so we'll see. I'm doing a live on bro, depending on where you are. It's at 3 p.m. EST. Yes, go watch Wild Card Arts. Go watch Steve interview fighters who would laugh if I asked them to do an interview. They probably couldn't even find my channel, to be honest. So, can I get a Casey O'Neill interview? Sean, Pelostri, Jug Vicious, somebody. O'Malley, not Strickland. Both would be great. No. Can I interview Moss? That'd get views. They always shoot for a takedown once the ref steps in the stomach anymore. They didn't shoot at all when taking dozen unanswered punches. I think the thing that actually stopped that fight was when he turned his back and ran away. If he didn't do that, the fight probably continued a little bit longer, but we all know turning your back and running away is a universal sign that fucked and you're gonna lose. So, really to break my all American heart. I've broken my all. So, I'm tired of Topology. Please get a dark mode, please. And that's that. Just interview most. Yeah. It was only an hour and a half. That feels like bullshit. I guess, yeah, I did start at 125 or something. So, yeah, that's right. And I'm tired. I'm done. I love y'all, but it's 3 a.m. I thought I'd do the recap. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm dead tired, and I have no voice already. So, let's get the fuck out of here. Shout out to everyone we had in chat tonight. I'll try to tune in one day. Hell yeah. Shout out to everyone we had tonight. D-Man, Steve, Chromulus, Hamzat Glazer, or Strickland Hater, whichever one. Man, I've been in the U3 all night. We did get Smooth, like Butter Deadly earlier. Shout out to him. Hope he enjoyed his first time. And yeah, not the most people tonight, but hope y'all enjoy. I need more to go much. But again, we don't know each other yet. keep going on. The funny thing about that stop is Russ was already stepping in and then hit him again and dropped him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think, again, I don't even think that's the worst stoppage on the card. It was just the fight would have going. No one would have been upset. But it just feels a little bit weird to stop the fight there, but shit happens, and what more can I say? So, I'm tired. It's 3 a.m. I haven't been alive this late in a long time. I'm tired. Rip tomorrow, I think. Hopefully. And shout out to y'all, man. Have a great. Hope everyone enjoyed the card or enjoy your Saturday. Let's enjoy a Sunday again. We'll be back with Hanger and talking about UFC Vegas, talk all that good shit, and not really much. Shout out to y'all. Don't know 6 people in here, but listen to me more than chat, which I don't blame them. Thanks. I don't know much. Man, hang on each other a little bit. I wish, but I got recorded. Shout out to y'all. Hour and a half later with this party. No party should be going out this late. God damn it. The round's probably going to be another 10-8 for the way it was going anyway. More than likely, but still would have been nice to see the fight play out fully. But, what can you do? Do you think a diva becomes champ? Nah. I doubt he even becomes top 15. He might have lost round 1, to be honest, so he's not good. And don't ask about Gina Carano. Actually, we got to talk about that next week, don't we? Ain't that some shit? So, but that's that. Strickland's champion again. Card was alright, and I hope everyone enjoyed the stream tonight. So, that being said, as always, I hope you enjoy the stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, unless somebody going to say it's 100, I don't think could be fucking possible. As always, RX out. Good vibes. Only